तो बड़े बड़े तौर पे these are the major segments. These are the different types of systems also. ठीक है, these are the different types of systems also, and these are the different types of software vendors also. So if there is a this is like there are different types of cars and trucks, and then there are people who sell those cars and trucks. So Siebel is the number one in CRM domain. Other types of systems are ERP systems, basically which are used for back-end business processes. CRM is used for customer relationship management, or basically front-end business processes. Roughly speaking, current customer relationship management processes are the ones which are customer facing in nature, for which your company, your organization is dealing with the customers. Any process where he is dealing with the organization, customer, would be called as CRM, like a process. And there are systems which basically support CRM processes. Similarly, and those are called as CRM systems. ERP is used for back-end business processes. So this is another context. Let me explain that context first.
Enterprise relationship.
Let's first understand this concept. It's a separate context. I just explained it a little bit, but just going into detail. For example, customers don't need to care how you are recruiting your employees, how the organization is recruiting their employees, right?
Yes.
Simple. That means it's a back-end business process. How do you manage your finances? When they submit the order, and when they give you the check or they give you the money through credit card, what do you do with it? With the money? They don't care. That is your finance department. And customer doesn't care about how you manage your finances. So that is a back-end business process. How do you manage your suppliers?
That's insane.
Customer doesn't care. So they're all back-end business processes. How do you manage your, and you means the company here, like in the question, like the organization. How do you recruit people? That's not customer facing. That's a back-end business process. How do you manage your inventory? How do you manage your factory? How do you manage your parts? How do you manage your shelves? What happens after 11 o'clock in Walmart? After 12 o'clock when it closes? You know, right? They rearrange the entire shelves. Right? Right now if you go, they are basically rearranging for the holidays. Right? It's August, it's September mid-September. Whatever they are doing, renaming the numbers, repricing the things, changing the labels, all that is back-end business process. Customers don't care. Customers care about,
What is there on the shelf?
what's there on the shelf. So everything that is part of the customer, like marketing, you send the advertisement, you send them an email, you send, all these basically are customer facing things. You create an offer, send them an offer, buy one get one free. That is customer facing. Your website is customer facing. It's part of a CRM system. That is a CRM tool. They manage the assets, like AT&T website is a CRM application because it is customer facing. Customer is, in fact, this is so customer facing, customer is himself using it. The AT&T.com sale, this thing, when you go to AT&T.com and you can buy the iPhone and you buy the plan, that all thing is CRM. That is entire CRM. Not Siebel though, but it's CRM. When you call and complain about your phone service to AT&T, very frequently, which happens in case of New York and in case of iPhone, in case of AT&T, then you are basically talking to their front end, you're part of their front end business process, how to handle their customers when they complain. So AT&T over the period of time has become very good at it. They ignore it. That's what their main strategy is. So to support this business processes, they need systems. All those systems are called as CRM systems. Okay. So when they're selling something, when they're servicing you, when the field service guy comes here and installs Comcast service in your home, when the utility guy comes to your home and installs service, that's again front-end business process because it hits the customer. He meets with the customer. FedEx guy, he delivers a package to you. All these are front-end business processes because shipping guys, they ship the things to you. They might call you to ask the address. Typically, have you seen they never call you? Which tells me something. Which tells me that there are some standards followed by CRM business processes, like only the call center people should call, whatever. Shipping guys never call you, right?
Yeah.
So that's because of maturity of the process. The front-end business processes are so strong that shipping guys don't have to call. Otherwise, the parts guy should also be calling. Can instead of, if we don't have 8 GB drive, can we put 6 GB drive in this laptop if it's okay? इन इंडिया ऐसे होता है ना,
Yeah.
तो बस वहाँ तो कोई स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसेस है नहीं. So front end business processes is what we are talking about. So these are all front end business processes.
Even if you call a taxi.
Typical thing is think about the
Executor
situation.
doesn't-
See, actually one guy asked me, he said, इंडिया में तो होता है सर, बंदा कॉल करता है, पूछते हैं कि सर आपने ऑर्डर डाला था, उसके अंदर ये चीज़ चेंज कर दें, वो है नहीं, हार्ड डिस्क नहीं है, 60 GB वाली हार्ड डिस्क नहीं है, 80 GB वाली हार्ड डिस्क डाल दें आपके लैपटॉप में, फ़ोन करके बात कर लेता है बंदा, क्योंकि एक ही बंदे की दुकान है ना, तो राइट. But if you ask me, he's trying to upsell. If it's in the American corporate world, this work will be given to the specialist guys who are called as upsell expert. So shipping guy के पास तो सब कुछ होगा. Even then he will say, this guy will call and say, sir, instead of 60 GB, why did you take 80 GB? It's 25% more storage capacity, but only 5% extra money. Right? Even this process could be implemented in this country, but it will be implemented in a different manner. Outbound call will be generated for some service representatives, and they will be calling the customers, saying that, sir, your order is in fulfillment. We just have one thing. Instead of 60 GB, why don't you go for 80? This can be done here too, and this is a great strategy. Why don't we suggest this to all these big guys? It can be done. Had I gotten a call from this stupid guy, now I realize that for another $120 I could get the XP mode on this. So I have to ship it back now. I don't want it anymore. VMware cannot be like XP mode. Yeah, Windows come with XP mode, but it's available for only Pro. Windows 7 Pro. I just realized. So if I can have the XP mode, then I can. But then we were really gonna go for VMware solution. So anyway, the point is, so this front-end business processes you know it, right? Bring it to table, which is a complicated thing, and say, like I can tell you, just now I gave an example, suppliers. Walgreens should not be using Siebel for suppliers because that's a part of back-end business process. They should not be using. But some guys, they realize their cycles are same. They do the analysis. They say, okay, Siebel will be cheaper. The typical SCM is not providing some functionality, so they use Siebel. I know one company which was using Siebel for hiring people. That is not customer facing. They're hiring employees. So they were using it for that. And once you get into that project, you'll be able to easily follow that project. You might find that quite easy project. It won't be a difficult project at all. But the point is, Siebel, in rare cases, is used for back-end business process. For example, Siebel is used for claim processing by one of these companies here. It's an insurance company. They are supposed to use Siebel vertical called Siebel Insurance for managing their customers, but they don't use it to manage their customers, right? They use it to manage the claims of the customers. So they use Siebel eFinance. Which salesman did a good job of selling Siebel eFinance to insurance company? I don't know, but he did a very good job, right? How do you sell refrigerators in like Minneapolis? Refrigerators to keep the meat like frozen in Minneapolis is a big deal. They can sell freezers there. I'm surprised. It's just they just have 2 months of heat. The rest of the time, it's all snow. It's pretty much like this. There's very little error. There is very little room for like Siebel eFinance. That's where he fit it. That you guys will be the right guys to use Siebel eFinance. So front-end, back-end business process. Now CRM systems are there. ERP systems are there. Okay? SCM systems are there. Supply chain management, and that is what Walgreens was supposed to use actually. Okay? और बोलो सर, बोलो कोई. IVR, CTI systems, these are type of systems. Order fulfillment is part of ERP. IVR, CTI होते हैं और बड़े तरह के होते हैं. हाँ, डेटा वेयरहाउसिंग सिस्टम. You will be crossing paths with data warehouse a lot. So ERP के अंदर manufacturing, SAP manufacturing is an example. SAP HR for managing payroll, for managing hiring cycles. SAP finance को नहीं हुआ. Finance is for managing the finances. These companies basically further reinvest the money, right? Or reallocate the money back to the operations of the company. That whole thing is managed through finance. manufacturing, inventory planning, factory planning, पता नहीं क्या क्या होता है, distribution. They have to manage their dealers, things like that. They are also using ERPs. So I've heard of Informatica, data warehouse, Microsoft. They are all data warehouses.
Okay. Informatica is.
Then there are some reporting systems, right? There's some reporting systems. So BO, Crystal reports, they're used to publish reports to the people, to the VPs and all, to VPs right here, to VPs, all these guys. Big guys, they're not interested in the operational stuff. They're interested in this thing.
Project management systems also.
Yes.
Project.
Product life cycle. Yes. Right. And then we have product life cycle management. Okay.
And we have the testing also.
रिसर्च रिलेटेड यही होते हैं प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल. इसी में रिसर्च आ जाती है. दे मैनेज एंटायर प्रोडक्ट कंसेप्शन. Do remember order fulfillment system. They will cross paths with you a lot. Typically, if you go in a company like let's say Amazon.com, they'll be using at least 1,000 use systems. They'll be using multiple CRMs. They'll be using multiple ERPs. Different departments, different product groups, different geographic locations would be using separate set of these systems. Making sense? And whenever you go to a company, you assume that there will be typically this is a context, very important context. Many people think if they are using Siebel, that means there is no other CRM there. No, there could be multiple other CRMs. In fact, I know some companies which have 3 or 4 Siebel instances, separate instances. One product group is using Siebel, other product is also using Siebel. Their Siebel is total separate environment. Just as Siebel or SAP are different, they are using 2 separate things. So that's fine.
For 2
To me,
products,
that वहाँ पे आपको and if you're working on this project, you are not working for this project. That is also true, because that is of some other division. They haven't hired you. These guys have hired you. So ये भी होता चला. So just remember CRM, ERP, all these systems are there. There are many more systems. I mean, the list keeps going on and on and on. If you go to a company, there will be at least 60-70 different types of systems, and each and every type there will be 10 or 15 such systems used by different guys. Expense management system, sometimes they won't use the Siebel functionality or ERP functionality. They'll just use a basic expense management system from the shelf. They'll bring for $20 and they'll use it. Proposal generation system, they'll do everything. Order provisioning systems होते हैं. हाँ, एक बड़ा important systems का है. Engineering systems होते हैं. अच्छा, this engineering system is my word. This is my word. I for lack of a better word, I just call it engineering systems. In some of these tutorials, I'm calling it mission critical systems. Weird names I'm giving because I never knew the name and I still do not know the name. But engineering system seems to be okay. Yahoo.com website, it's a CRM for them, but it is also their bread and butter. That's where I call it bread and butter systems also. I mean, they're using to IT. There's no IT systems. That is what generates revenue for them. AT&T's telecom network is not their, it's the one which is generating revenue. That's their product. Making sense? So they have these engineering systems. This is a very important category. We cannot forget that. Yahoo.com entire website, their portals, their search engine, this is their properties. These are their properties. That's what generates revenue for them. Just as Abbott Labs sells medicines, they sell these services. They sell this particular portal. Keywords, that's what is generating revenue for them. So that is a very important thing. They are engineering systems. POS systems होते हैं. Sometimes they are different from CRM. POS systems होते हैं. These are the point of sale systems. Gas station. No, actually, for gas station is a very small company, right? But Walmart has POS system right in front of them. They are little different sometimes, because they will send it to. It's just that it's part of CRM philosophy. But Siebel will not be used there typically because POS systems inherently are the ones where customer is right in front of you and to enter order. And CLV is not a great place because Siebel hangs slow. It has some issues. Siebel is all about wherever accounts and contracts are there. In Walmart.com business, there is no account and contract. Simple order, paisa lo, maal do, khel khatam. Simple cycle they have.